guys. Hey guys.
Hold on.
Wait, don't. For amazing stuff. I'm ready and I'm excited. I'm Nate. This is Kris. Today it's snow school, and Mama has to deal with me. Yay! And so today we're gonna learn about fake guns and real guns. As you see, this is a bullet. There's many kinds of fake bullets, but this is just a practice one. And you see that these two are also fake. Want to add anything about that?
I do. Nate is right. So yesterday we watched, I read a story about a young man in Oklahoma, 21 years old, and he was shot and killed. His friend shot and killed him by accident. He was cleaning his gun, he didn't unload it, and he accidentally shot his friend. Now I keep doing this because when it comes to firearms, there's no such thing as accidentally shooting someone. You negligently shoot someone. Maybe you can unintentionally shoot someone, but it's not an accident. An accident means that it's something happened that's outside of your control that you could have never expected. That's an accident. If you are cleaning your gun, cleaning a loaded gun, and the barrel is pointed at someone, that's not an accident. You were being irresponsible. You were being stupid. That was completely in your control. It's not an accident.
He was watching over here, and then he was watching it, and then he pulled the trigger and shot his friend.
Yeah. And so I felt the need to make this video because we talk about gun safety all the time here. I mean, I have multiple firearms in this home, and Nate's a kid. He needs to know how to be safe around them. I never want him to go looking around the house and be curious and find a gun and play with it and hurt someone. Are you ever going to do that? No, I don't think you will. The chances of your child going into somebody else's home and potentially finding a gun is actually quite high. So it's better to have these conversations and teach them how to be safe with guns and what to expect around guns and take away some of the mystery and intrigue. Because I mean, the fact we've got guns are in the video games, they're in all the cool TV shows, they're in the comic books, they're the movies and the action movies and stuff. Guns are all over the place. They are glamorized and they're made to look cool. Of course, you get a little kid, especially a little boy, who likes to explore and be adventurous and wants to be a superhero and all that. You tell them, don't touch a gun, don't touch a gun, don't touch a gun, but they've never seen one, and then they get out of your sight, and there is one. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, we know what happens. We know how kids are. We know how adults are. We all want to touch things that we're not supposed to touch. So right now, Nate, if you wanted to play with a gun right now, what would you have to do?
Ask.
All you have to do is ask. We've got multiple firearms in this house. He owns one of them. That's a BB gun, but it's his. He keeps it locked up in the gun safe with a trigger lock on it because he needs to know how to store guns properly and safely. That's how we store them. But all he has to do is ask. Whichever one he wants to look at and play with, we'll go get it out of the lockbox, unload it, make it safe.
What if I say all of them? I want to see all of them.
We'll take out all of them.
Okay.
That's what we did yesterday. Remember, we were cleaning out the closet,
Yeah.
and you got to look at all of them.
I didn't see the one that was in the sock.
Yeah, actually, we didn't do that one, but you could have if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You can later on today if you want to. So he has that free access to have supervised playtime, I guess. I mean, it's not really playing. We don't do like cops and robbers or anything with it, but he gets to look at them, he gets to touch them, he gets to ask any questions he may have about them. And so there's really not a whole lot of permission or a mystery. There's no forbidden fruit, and he knows this rules and how to be safe. He knows what safe looks like. And so let's practice this. I've got this Nerf gun here. I'm going to just do some things with it. You tell me if I'm being safe or not. What did I do that wasn't safe?
Your finger was on the trigger.
My finger touched the trigger, right. So let's say right now, tell me again, when am I doing something that's not safe? Yeah, that was not safe. What did I do?
You pointed at me while you were looking that way.
Yeah, like, okay, tell me again when I'm doing something that's not safe. Oh, what's this thing? What did I do wrong?
You pointed it at your face.
Yeah.
And I think I saw you like was about to press the trigger.
Maybe I wasn't paying any attention to where my fingers were. What if I do this? Oh, look at that! Did you see that? It shot! It shot! Okay.
You did something again.
What?
You
What did I
pointed at me again.
Oh, man! Dang it! Alright, so now I'm being safe, right? What?
Your finger was on the trigger.
Well, it wasn't really on. It was just a little bit. What if it's just like right?
No. That's being unsafe.
Oh, okay.
This is how you be safe with a gun.
Show me how you safe.
Oops.
Oop.
Yes. See
Yeah. Mhm. So your finger stays off of
that?
it.
You have to look behind before you shoot.
Oh.
And before you shoot, you have to look at that direction.
Mhm.
This is how you pick it up. You never want your finger on the trigger. Like this, 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 this. Never on the trigger.
Never on the trigger. So could I pick it up like this?
If you're careful, if none of these fingers go in there.
Oh, okay. But picking it up like that, should I do that?
Yeah, no.
Could I pick it up like this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, why?
Because if you accidentally go on the trigger, you can kill yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's why these 4 rules are so important, and why accidents are impossible to happen. Let's just say there's some sort of manufacturing error, and for some reason the gun just fires on its own.
Yeah, because she like spins it around and then she shooted it, right?
Yeah, I mean it just fires by itself. Like my finger's not on the trigger, but if I'm following those 4 safety rules, this gun is not pointed at a person, right?
Yeah.
And if it just fires, I'm just sitting here and just like boom, whoa, that sort of thing doesn't really happen. But let's just say it did.
But
Is somebody gonna die?
No.
No.
Maybe.
Now what if I'm like this?
Yeah.
See, it's a toy gun and he doesn't like it pointed at him.
I don't like it pointed anywhere. I don't like it near me. I don't like it anywhere.
Exactly. And so you notice what I did there. I didn't sweep. That's called sweeping him with the gun. If you just go like that, I swept him. I went across him. That was dangerous to him. You go up, or either you can go down.
That's kind of harder for me.
Yeah, I mean, especially sitting down. To me, it's much easier just to go up. And then, we do have an upstairs. Nobody's up there. If somehow I shot the ceiling, we'd have a hole in our ceiling, but no one would die.
Right.
It'd be fine.
What if Granny was up there? What if she was up there, but she was really alive?
Well, that would be bad then.
Yeah.
But no one's up there, so it's fine.
You never want to I don't want to do it. You never want your hand on over there.
Right.
Never.
Yeah, so now I wanted to point something out. I set the gun down. I don't know if you guys could see it on camera, but I actually set it down. My hand wasn't on it, and the gun was actually pointed towards him, but I wasn't touching it. It was kind of spun around on the table. Is that safe?
Mm-mm.
I mean, technically, it's on the table. Nobody's touching it. I think that's okay. Now, the problem with that is when you're picking it up. If the gun is sitting on the table and it's pointed at you like that, see, he doesn't even like it sitting on the table. He doesn't like the toy gun. He keeps pushing it away. If it's just sitting on a table and it's pointing at someone, nobody's touching it. I don't have a problem with that in and of itself. The problem comes in is when you go to pick it up. Now you're touching it and it could be pointed at someone, or as you set it down.
I don't like it on the table.
Yeah, and Nate doesn't like it on the table at all.
I don't like it anywhere.
Yeah, it pointed to him at all. So, I mean, and to me, this is the thing that's really important. Nate knows what unsafe gun handling looks like. And I think that's the thing that you really need to teach your kid, because there are more guns in America than there are people. He already knows it. There's more guns than there are people. He knows this stuff. The chances of your child going to somebody else's house and potentially finding a gun is quite high, honestly, and not everyone is responsible. Or if they are responsible, maybe they've trained their kids, and their kids are very comfortable with firearms, and if your kids aren't, that's where things get dangerous. So maybe this family, their kids, they're all hunters, they're all familiar with guns, the kids go hunting with them. They're not as strict as they would be with around other kids. But their kids know better. I'm not going to say whether that's good or bad, but that's how some families are. And if your kid goes over to that house and maybe they don't have trigger locks and ammo separate and, all the rules that some people like to follow.
The best way, you just grab the kid. Don't touch the gun.
Exactly. If you see a kid going to grab the gun,
just grab the kid. Don't
grab the kid. You don't grab the gun. Because if you try to grab a gun, here, hold on to that.
Okay.
And I try to grab it real quick, my finger might go there by accident, right? In the trigger. Yeah, and if I'm trying to grab this, look, that came really close to my head. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do that. But if I see you and it's sitting right there, I was like, no, Nate, don't touch that. I can do that. That's pretty safe.
Okay.
So that's a better way to go. And so we've discussed all these things. And so I think that's really important to cover those gun safety rules with a child in addition to saying don't touch. You tell somebody don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, but in every video game and every action movie and all the cool stuff, guns are everywhere. And if a kid is unfamiliar and doesn't know what to do and has never seen a real one, they're going to be curious. They're going to touch, despite the fact that you told them not to. So I say take away that curiosity, teach them, let them know what's going on, and be sure to let them know what safe looks like. One of my favorite things we were watching on YouTube, I think it was SpongeBob and Patrick had a gun, and they were walking up the stairs. And remember, Patrick had the gun. He was pointing the gun right at the back at SpongeBob's head, right? His friend. They were trying to kill this scary person. It was like a ghost or whatever.
It was Granny's.
It was a ghost granny, yeah.
No, it's Granny's daughter.
Oh, Granny's daughter. Okay, yeah. So they were trying to kill a bad guy, but yeah, Patrick is walking, and we were both just like, whoa, Patrick! Yeah, that is not safe! Remember? So even in cartoons, we know what safe looks like. And I think that's an amazing thing. That's a very powerful thing. I have a lot of confidence that Nate will be safe if he ever finds a gun outside of my supervision. Let's talk about even though I've made a video dedicated specifically to this, let's go over those 4 safety rules. The first is a gun is always
loaded.
Gun is always loaded. It's always loaded. Is this gun loaded?
Yes.
I'm taking the little Nerf bullets out. All right, there you go. Is that gun loaded?
Yeah.
Yes. Because you didn't check, right?
Right.
You didn't check personally, so we're going to say that it's loaded.
Okay.
Now, with the Nerf gun, it's kind of hard to check without pointing it at yourself. But this is a real gun, so whatever. What's the next rule? Where does your finger go?
Off of the trigger.
Finger stays off the trigger till you're ready to shoot. That's rule number 2. Do you remember what rule number 3 is?
Don't point it at anybody.
You do not point it at anybody. Do you point it at the dog?
No.
Do you point it at the fish tank?
No.
Do you point it at the... Oh, I'm pointing it at the TV right now.
Unless you want the TV to go by, yeah.
Exactly, unless you want the TV to go by.
And if you want the fish tank and the dog by, you can do that.
Yeah, but do we want that? No. And then the last rule, we don't talk about this one as much. If you're going to shoot something, you have to pay attention to what?
Where you're aiming.
Where you're aiming, but also, let's say if I want to shoot this, our camera, what do I need to do? What if I miss?
It'll bounce off and hit me.
If I miss, no. You want to make sure you know what's behind your target. That one we don't talk about as much, admittedly. Okay. So you want to make sure you know what's behind you, so in case I miss or in case the bullet goes through it. What if there's somebody standing back there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm trying to shoot the camera.
You can't shoot through the camera, right? I mean, can you shoot?
It might go through the camera.
Gun?
I mean, the Nerf gun won't, but a real bullet might. Depends on what kind of bullet and everything it is. Exactly. And you can practice this with Nerf guns. You can practice this with water guns. Practice getting to them so that they understand these rules and practice safe behaviors. Build up that muscle memory so that when they go to a shooting range or whatever.
Actually, I've been one 2 times.
Yeah, he's been to the shooting range
3 times.
Yeah. All right, so that's my advice on how to talk to kids about firearms. make it fun, make it easy to understand, make them understand the dangers, but also I think the most important thing is to teach them how to be safe.